When powering your unit, you will need to plug in your cord to the back of the unit and press your power button. Your unit should take approximately 5 to 7 minutes to warm up. This video will provide you with instructions on how to use your Food Lab line equipment to test for soap value in your oil. Whether you are using a Food Lab Fat, an Oxy Tester S, the procedure will be the same. Today, we'll be using a Food Lab Fat. Before you begin, you will need to place your cuvettes filled with your reagent in your incubation cells for at least 5 minutes. For our purpose, we will only be using 3. You have the opportunity to fill 12. Once your cuvettes have incubated for at least 5 minutes, you are ready to test for soaps. First, you're going to push number 3 on your keypad. This indicates you'll be using reading cell 3. Next, you're going to select your curve. For our purposes, we will be selecting the 50 microliter curve. Using the down or up arrows, you may adjust which curve you wish to use. When the arrow is pointing to the one you'd like, press enter. Next, it will ask you for a blank reading. Prior to using a blank reading, you will need to put your R2 into your cuvette. Your R2 will say soaps on it. You will do this by pressing down the plunger on your 30 microliter mini pet, inserting it in the R2, and releasing, tapping off any extra. Next, without touching the sides of the cuvette or the reagent, you'll want to plunge out all of the R2, releasing as much as you can. After that, you will want to invert without causing any bubbles. You will now put the cuvette in reading cell 3 and push enter. This will take a blank reading. When your blank reading is finished, a stop will appear at the bottom of the screen. Press the up arrow to indicate you are removing it. Next, you're going to take your oil sample. Since we selected a 50 microliter curve, we will want to move our pipette to 50 microliters. You can do this by twisting the top, which adjusts the amount. Now you are ready to take your sample. You will insert the pipette into the oil and discharge it onto the napkin. This will allow you to be able to remove any excess oil that may have been left over in there to give you a clean reading. You should do this at least 5 times. When you are ready to take your sample, slowly push down the plunger and insert the pipette into the oil, releasing it carefully. And next you will want to wipe off any excess oil that may be on the tip of your pipette. You'll want to do this without blotting the tip. Now you will insert the tip into the cuvette and plunge up and down. This makes sure that all of your oil has been released. The reagent will rinse it out. When you are done, push down the plunger and tap off any reagent. Now, you want to invert the cuvette one more time to make sure you have a homogenized mixture. Then you will place your cuvette in reading cell 3 and press enter. Your soap value will now be read on your screen and on your printout. To return to the home page, you will now press enter, down, and 0, so you can continue with further testing. When and if you wish to take your printout with you, we recommend that you do not use the perforated edge and rip it off, but that you take scissors and cut it off. This will ensure no jamming happens.